This is the Smith & Wesson Shield. It hit the market in 2012. By 2016, it had become the #1 selling handgun in America. Smith & Wesson Shield, coming at you. This is actually my girlfriend's gun, and I've been shooting it quite a bit, enjoying it. And there's a lot of reasons why this is the most popular, one of the most popular carry guns right now. It's got a lot of positives to it. It's very thin gun, easy to conceal. It comes with 2 magazines. This is a 7-rounder. You get an 8-rounder with a little extender on the bottom of it, which gives you a real nice full grip. One thing I will say, don't take this off and jam it up in your gun. You can't over insert a single stack mag. It might not do it, but it might. It's best to leave that little plate on there. The 7-rounder will let your pinky fall off the bottom. That doesn't really bother me. We went through a lot of different guns to get her to the right pistol. She really liked this gun. She shoots it pretty well. But what was the selling point was the manual safety. And I know a lot of people just threw up in their mouths and they're holding their nose when I talk about a manual safety on a self-defense gun. But the truth of the matter is I was trying to get her into shooting and different things, and she insisted on having something she could load up and put on safe. So, you know, she's the one that has to make these decisions. Hopefully, now that she's becoming more familiar with the gun, I think she's seeing that maybe she could carry and use this gun without the safety, but it's really just a training thing. If you pull it out, you just got to remember to knock the safety off. A lot of people carry 1911s and safety doesn't bother them, but this was a big selling point for her. There's not a lot of striker fire guns. She didn't want to go with a hammer. She didn't like a double single action, so for her this was the perfect gun. One of the best things that Smith & Wesson did when they were designing this gun is they made it almost the perfect size for a 9mm carry gun. The thing about carrying a gun, you're always, the two things you're going to struggle with. One is concealability versus shootability, and they have a nice they found a nice medium with this size gun. It's still shootable, but you can still conceal it. They did a good job in the design of the size they made it. So let's shoot it a little bit more. I mean, it's 9mm really is controllable. I've been shooting this gun a lot more today, but when I started out, I just you got to get used to it. I didn't come out cold very good, but I'm doing better all the time. Yeah, I mean, there ain't nothing wrong with that. One thing I don't like that's sort of aggravating is the way Smith & Wesson has designed this trigger. To me, it's if you have the gun like this, and you come in and you bring your finger in and you hit that trigger, that's very, see, it just went off. If you bring your finger in like this and it's high on the trigger, see that? That's gritty. Now if you drop your finger down, it's nice and smooth, but right there, it's gritty. And I'm not really a complainer. That doesn't really bother me. But see that grittiness, especially if you're trying to get, if you got your finger off the trigger, then you bump on the trigger, real gritty. Now if you get it low, it's not bad. That's something that doesn't really bother me. It's a self-defense gun. It doesn't need a target. The trigger itself is not that bad. I just don't like the mechanism that Smith & Wesson uses to set that up. They're a little disconnect here. I just don't like it. I don't know, let's shoot it a little bit. Yeah. It's been out about 5 years at the time of filming this video, and it's just extremely popular. It has adjustable rear. You can adjust the rear sights for windage. It's like a Novak sight. They would call it like a Novak style sight. Some of the tactical people do not like Novak sights. I mean, they say you can do one-handed, manipulations and stuff with it on your belt. It just slips off. But that's really not a big deal for your average, everyday carry person. I mean, if you're down to having to one hand manipulate your gun, change magazines, it's already a bad day. If not, you can get you a different sight for it, a sight with a lip on it. The main thing that really matters to me is reliability in a carry gun. And if this gun has been extremely reliable, so very easy to clean, maintain, take apart. There's a million videos on it, but you just lock the slide back. There's nothing in there. You lock the slide back, drop this little lever, release the slide, pull the trigger, comes right off, just like any other gun. Striker fire gun, comes apart, cleans up. Real easy gun to take care of. It's amazing the world we live in now that we have guns this cheap that work this good. I think it's actually a pretty nice looking gun. That's not my, single stacks ain't my favorite, but I could definitely live with this. I've been shooting this afternoon, just having a good time. Just enjoying myself, and I remember now certain things I don't like about the Smith & Wesson triggers. One thing is, if you're used to a reset, the reset is not like a Glock reset or even an XD. It's just, I don't know, one time I was waiting for the reset and I went ahead and pulled it anyway, so I don't know. It's not a bad trigger. It's got a nice little hole, loaded chamber indicator. You can see some brass down in there. You know that it's loaded. I don't want to get brass in my eye. I'll put these glasses on because I don't know where my shooting glasses are. I got a Glock 26. What I'm going to do is I'm going to shoot it, and then I'm going to shoot the shield right after it and try to see, is there a big difference in the recoil? Because I've been shooting I put about 100 rounds through the shield, and I'm trying to imagine what the recoil of the Glock was. So I'm just going to shoot them back to back to see. I don't know. I'm a scientist. Now the Smith & Wesson shield. Okay. To me, the shield definitely has a little bit more recoil-ish. It's nothing bad. It's not a bad thing. But it just has a little more recoil. It's a great little gun. But I think this is a good choice. It's at least something to look at. I don't really recommend any firearm to anybody. They need to shoot it and hold it themselves. I can only tell you that this one is pretty reliable, and my girlfriend shoots it pretty well. Pretty nice.
Nice, smooth. Works good.
Alright, so this is my first time shooting the M&P shield, so we're going to see how I do with it. Oh no, I do like that. It does have a lot of kick to it. So
Recoil.
it has a lot of recoil to it.
You want another mag?
Yeah. So I'm used to shooting my SIG. Most of you have seen my video. Thank you for the likes. No thank you to the thumbs down. You know, that doesn't really have a lot of kick to it. It's a heavier gun. We call it Frankenstein down here on the farm. So I don't know, I like this gun. The trigger, it kind of hurts my finger a little bit. It's either my dainty finger or the cold weather, so whatever. See how another 7 rounds does. Alright, I went through that one a little bit faster. We're not gonna go look at it. Probably not my best shooting. But yeah, this is a great gun.
Alright, so check it out. If you're one of them guys that likes to pocket carry, the Shield isn't too big to pocket carry. This is a nice little, this is a cheap Galco pocket holster. And it's a pocket full, but it's not too big to pocket carry. So if you like to pocket carry, Shield's not too bad at that either. In my opinion, Smith & Wesson really dropped the ball with the Bodyguard 380, but a gun they did not drop the ball with, the Shield. The Shield is a fantastic gun. They just come out with a 45 ACP version of it that I am lusting after a little bit. I don't need another 45 ACP, and I'm not going to change up I'm not going to buy new holsters and start carrying different guns. I kind of have my carry guns already set up, but man, I was holding that 45 ACP and I really liked it. So man, that just really went downhill real fast. This is a Glock 26 double stack, and the footprint of the guns are almost identical with the 7-round magazine. The major difference is the thickness. This gun is thicker, but basically they're, with these flat magazines in there, they're basically the same. Now, if you put this extended magazine in here, it makes it a little longer than a Glock 26, but when these guns unloaded, this gun, the Shield, only weighs 1 ounce less than the Glock 26. So it's a hefty little gun for a single stack. Now, I read that on the internet. I don't know. I didn't put them on a scale, but that's what I read. We got this good old white box Winchester that we're shooting, and it was brought to you by my hard work and my sweat and my paycheck. Nobody, I am the only sponsor. So one good thing about single stack magazines is that they don't hold as much ammo, and it feels like you shoot more. We've been shooting some double stack guns, and man, you can just burn through some ammo. But these single stacks, it doesn't take long to load them, and feels like you get to shoot more, kind of. But 8 rounds, here we go. All right, I don't know. Damn it, man. My knee's all jacked up. I got a freaking knee brace on my knee, and I keep dropping stuff. Ever since I jacked my knee up, I just keep dropping everything. This is embarrassing. Don't put this in the video. It's all jacked up. The problem with a messed up knee is when you're working, man, is that there's no time to heal if you want to eat or if you want to buy ammo. That's, you know, I had a good week, so I bought some extra ammo. We're just having a good time. Shoots pretty good. I mean, that's not bad at all. Whoops. Dropped my mag. Another big advantage for the Smith & Wesson Shield, if you're looking at maybe getting one of these guns, is these things are priced right. Before we come out here and made this video, I just went online and looked real quick, and I seen them for, it was not a big deal to see them for about $375 online. I was up in the city back around Christmas time, and there was a gun store up there that had these for $359. It was like a Black Friday sale or something. And man, this is a great gun for $359. $359 is almost a budget gun, depending on, you know, I guess a budget gun depends on what your budget is, but man, this is a really nice gun for just a little over, you know, you could probably get into one for $400 or a little under, but it is a really nice gun. Another thing I talked a little bit about the manual safety because, man, people hate manual safeties. But with the manual safety on, everything still works. The slide works. It does kill the trigger, but you can still run the slide with the safety on. The safety to me, I was doing it earlier, bringing it out and dropping the safety. It's, you know, I could learn to live with it if I had to have a manual safety. All right, that's about all the damage I can do with the Smith & Wesson Shield. It's a really good gun. The more I shoot it, the more I like it. And this may not be the perfect gun for somebody getting into concealed carry, but it should definitely be one you should look at if you're thinking about getting into it, because it's just it has a whole lot of positives, and it's a really good gun for the money. So peace. Hit it, Bill. I bet the 40's pretty stout.
That's it, dude. That's number one hit.
Number one hit. Enjoy the video. Finger off the trigger. That's dangerous. There's really nothing in it. No, nothing in it.